I don't think that the first, even 3 or 4 times that I got arrested, I didn't think it was a big deal. And I think that a lot of people would assume that I would have. But one, context of like the town I was in, lots of people got arrested. It wasn't like a novel thing. The people I hung out with got arrested. Wasn't a novel thing. Some of them had been to jail or prison. So it wasn't weird based on the people I hung out with. And then I think even further to that point, I think there's this shift that happens when you're in your early 20s. And I don't know anything about the science of it, but all I know is that until a certain point in my life, I felt invincible. I felt like I could do things. I could drive drunk. I could drink. I could act all sorts of ways, and I wouldn't have to bear the consequences that others would. I know that there's a saying in the Army where they say it's like the best friend syndrome or something to that degree. I would have to look it up. And basically what it is that they ask everyone that joins the Army, are you afraid of dying? And they say, no, I'm not afraid of dying, but I'm worried Jimmy, my best friend's gonna die. Well, interview all the people that come to the Army, literally everyone's worried about their friend and not themselves. And what are the stats? Some of them are gonna die. And I think that the same went for me at that point in my life, which was like, oh, I understand where this is going, but that won't be me. I'm not gonna be one of those people. I'm not actually gonna end up getting put in jail. I'm not actually gonna end up drinking myself to death. I'm not actually going to end up with any of those things. And it wasn't until my dad, on my 6th arrest, I woke up at my parents' house and my father was waiting downstairs for me, which was like the worst, one of the most sickening moments of my life, to wake up there where I didn't live, have a ticket next to me of my arrest, and then have to walk downstairs to confront them. It was just like opening the door to walk down was like, I can still feel how I felt in that moment. It was awful. And I remember thinking that he was going to like come down on me, tell me how awful I am, he doesn't want to talk to me again, whatever. And I was prepared for that. But what I wasn't prepared for was that I walked down and he was sitting on the couch with my stepmother. And he looked at me and he just looked sad. And he said, I'm not gonna try and control you, I'm not gonna try and threaten you, I'm not gonna try and do anything. I just wanted to let you know that I am worried if you continue to do this, that you're going to kill yourself. And it was like, in that moment, the fact that he thought that would happen to me, it was just baffling. And that was what, in my mind, that was the thing that made me like, I can't do this anymore. I can't drink. My father is like the nicest person. He came here from Iran. He started this family. He's only done everything to try and make my life better. He tried to get me out of my mom's house. Like everything that he's done for me, he's been a fantastic father. And to feel like I put him in a situation where he's worried that I'm gonna kill myself. And I respect my dad's opinion. It was the moment that I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like I can't drink like this. I can't keep getting arrested. Like I can't keep fucking around. And the weird thing is that I think during the time I knew that wouldn't be the rest of my life. I was like, I know me. I'm not gonna keep doing this forever. But I think that, you know, a lot of people say that to themselves and then they end up 20 years later. They're still saying, I'll turn it around in a day or two. And I realize that that's a really poisonous thing to think, is like you think, oh, I'm gonna eventually do it. It's like, well, why isn't eventually just today? If you're gonna do it eventually, you might as well do it now.